as movement inhibition, they've got Sentinel, they've got Reach, because I chose the Whip for one of their weapon masteries. And some of you out there might be saying, why the Whip, cousin? Because it'll hurt more, you twit. No, I love that movie, but no, they don't hurt more. The Whip actually is a 1d4 damage, so it actually hurts the least. But it has some special features that other weapons don't have that you want. So if you're looking for a one-handed weapon, one-handed melee weapon that causes the slow or has the slow weapon mastery, then you only have three options. And that is what we want with all these tanks who've got a shield. They all have a shield, so they've got one hand available, and they want a one-handed weapon that has the slow mastery. So you've got club, javelin, and the whip. Clubs are lame, so we don't want a club for our tank. You know, that just isn't the fantasy. Javelin is a little more damage, and you can throw it, so that's got some upsides. Still, doesn't feel like the fantasy. The whip, though, is pretty cool, especially if you flavor it as like a chain sword, right? Or a knife on a chain. Very cool visuals with that. I think I remember some movies where that's how the big bad guy, you know, was a weapon he had. Like he had a sword that like broke apart into these chain links, and then they were swinging that around, smashing things. You know, comment in the comments below if you can remember, you know, which bad guys in movies were doing that, because I can't think of which movies it was off the top of my head. I just can see the visuals in my head. So pretty cool visual. But what the whip has is that it's got reach, which means you can be whipping people from 10 feet away, which means your sentinel attack could be going off from 10 feet away. Now, if they're 10 feet behind you, that's not good. You actually want it to go off when they're only 5 feet behind you. But sentinel, the opportunity attack, triggers if they take the disengage action. So it doesn't matter if they've moved at all. If they're 10 feet in front of you, but up against one of your frontliner allies, and they try to disengage from them and then start running past you, and you know, their plan is to run away from that frontliner, run past you, and get to the wizard in the back. Well, as soon as they disengage from your ally, right then you can whip them, and the sentinel attack drops their movement to 0. So yeah, there's the slow effect, but you don't even care about that at this point. Sentinel drops all of their movement to 0. So now they're stuck right where they were, which is a pretty useful effect. The other reason, and you'll see this down on the Ranger, is that whip also has the finesse property. So the Ranger is going to be effective with the whip as well. So, and that's really the best bet for the Ranger, is using with the whip to slow people and having reach. So, but some nice little extras, bonuses there for the Barbarian.